Aitor, obviously an added pressure on managers at this time of the season, but the transfer window has now closed. How happy are you with the business that you've done?
After the transfer window, always I say that my squad is the best squad in the world, and it's easier to say that, especially when you've been working with our group of players the last 3 years. The nucleus is more or less the same, and when they go to the pitch every day in the training ground, when they go to the pitch every single game, and they do their best, I have to be more than pleased. And now we don't have distractions. We are who we are, and again, every day when I'm going to my office, they are the best players in the world.
Adelaide Guedjura is one you've been after. What will he bring to the squad, and will he be involved at the weekend?
I think he can be involved because he's played the African Nations Cup. He's a player who I know 2-3 years ago because we've played against him a few times, and he's giving us experience, quality, because he's a player who's played in Premier League, and we don't have a lot of players who have played, so it's important for us because again, he's a good lad. He wanted to join us, and every single lad is going to be important.
And obviously Jordan Rhodes has departed. Did he need to leave Middlesbrough to get first team football?
Yes, I think so, because I had been speaking with him at the beginning of the season, and I tried to convince him to stay here, at least to try if he could play here, and at the end he couldn't, and I said after the game that I wish him all the best because his attitude has been amazing every single day. He helped us a lot last season with his goals, so I hope that he will be a success in the future because he deserves, because again, he's a really good kid.
Point in the week, you were happy with the performance. Can you take that to Spurs this weekend?
You know, it's a tough game. The first half against the Spurs at home, I think it was one of the worst performances this season, and the second half we were much better and we could compete against them. So we have to try to go there thinking that we can, and we could compete against a team like them. And it's a game that again we've been working 3 years to play this kind of game. So I'm really looking forward for that.
But you've taken points against big boys already away from home this season.
Yes, and now we have more experience, and I think it's really, really important the experience in Premier League. We are improving. We are playing good. Once again, the players are doing their best. So it's just to know that it's going to be a tough game because they are one of the best teams in the league. But again, we have to think about ourselves.
Do you see them as title contenders, maybe Spurs?
Yeah, because especially the last fixture, except Man City, I think the rest of the teams dropped points. So it's going to be till the end. It's true that Chelsea is better than anyone, and especially because they don't play Europe or other competition. And but Tottenham was last season fighting, and this season I think they'll be.
We're asking managers about Frank Lampard, who has retired. What contribution, from your point of view, has he made to the English game?
A lot. I think he's the kind of players, even watching him from abroad, that he was massive for his club, for his national team, for his country, and as a football man, it's a shame to lose a player like him. But I am sure that with his knowledge, he will help young players or old players because he's a really good for football.
Aitor, what's the latest on Gaston Ramirez's availability?
He's with us. He's recovering the last period of his knee, and I hope he can be with us next week because I said always that he's a a really good player for us. He was really important for us, and for sure he will be important for us in the future.
But he won't be available for Spurs. That's too soon for him.
No, not at the moment, because he couldn't. He was in the squad last Tuesday, and now he's training with he's in the medical department. But I've been speaking with the doctor, and I think he will be with us on Monday or Tuesday.
Are you persuaded that he's fully committed to Middlesbrough now that the transfer window is closed?
Of course, because it's just one way. The best way for him is to play. The best way for us is to play, and the best way for everybody is to show once again to everybody how good he is. And he showed last season. He was showing this season, and knowing him, for sure he will be important in this team.
And for you personally, Aitor, at the moment, are you feeling happy at Middlesbrough?
Always. I felt happy since I arrived here, especially when you have been working 3 years to be in this position.
So you're feeling confident about the challenge for the rest of the season, keeping Middlesbrough in the Premier League?
Of course, we knew at the beginning of the season that it was going to be a tough season, but if you look at the table, we are in the same position with the same points as the team which won the Premier League title last season. So we were playing in Championship last season, and we are with the same points as the Leicester today. So I'm really positive, and again, looking at the table and looking at the team and their attitude.
As you say, you are still out of the relegation zone. Are you concerned at all about this run of games in the league without a win?
No, we need to, or at least I focus just the following game, because again, maybe you can think now that we can lose against Tottenham or Everton, and we can beat Crystal Palace and Stoke, but you can go to Tottenham and you can win, or you can draw the game. You can win against Everton at home. So I think it would be a big mistake to look at the table and to look more than one game.
And just thinking about Spurs, how much encouragement does it give you that Sunderland managed to hold them to a draw in the weekend during the week?
Yeah, sometimes you don't know, because sometimes it's worse, because now they have to add 3 points, and sometimes the teams like them are more dangerous. But again, it was a good example for us. But for me, it's better example the second half when we played against them than the game last Tuesday.
And you lost to Tottenham 2-1 at the Riverside earlier this season. What did you learn from that game that you can take into this game in terms of facing them as opponents?
Oh, I learned, and we learned that to play against a team less than, you have to play 95 minutes 100%, because 45 minutes we didn't, and the second half we played 100%, and we were at least as good as them. So we knew and we learned that we have to go to the pitch in the first minute till the last minute, trying to play 150% if it's possible.
And any other team news, any other injuries ahead of the game?
No, I think everybody's the same, except everybody's fit, except George Friend.
Thank you.
So did you say George Friend?
Just Friend, yeah. It's his calf.
His calf.
Yeah, it's been now for last week.
And are you any clearer yet on Callum Chambers, the extent of that injury? Callum?
No, he's training. He didn't train today, but I hope that he can be ready. I don't know today 100%, but I hope he's fit for the game.
I thought you were asked her if you're happy now. You've seemed quite frustrated in the last couple of weeks. Is that all behind you now?
Yeah, but I think it was normal when you are expecting to sign players, and in 24 hours 2 or 3 players you were expecting didn't arrive. As a coach, it's impossible to be happy, but it's the normal frustration. But again, the transfer market has finished, and as I said, the 25 players who I have are the best player in the world.
And it didn't get to the point at all where you considered your position at all. It wasn't that far down the line.
My position, no, it's another thing that I don't know how I can make it clear, because always is something negative about me, my relationship with the players. Everybody can see the commitment of the players on the pitch, or that I wanted to leave last season, or I had been sacked this season. So the best example, or the best reason is that I am here. The team is competing every single game. The team is facing the best teams in the world, and we are competing against every single team, and we have an amazing challenge to stay in Premier League, and I am sure that we will be in Premier League next season.
Just on Gaston, would you, or have you sat down with him, because obviously he perhaps has been a bit unsettled in the last week, so have you talked to him, or will you talk to him and try and get him back, his focus back to where you need it to be?
No, I haven't spoken with him, but I think you don't need to speak each other, because both of us know that he's here. Knowing him, his character, for sure, he will want to show how good he is. He has his national team games in March. He knows how difficult it was for him when he left the position in the past, and he knows how much this club and this group of players have helped him to be in this position, and for sure he will be important for us.
And just on Jordan, why do you think it didn't quite work here for Jordan? Why it didn't quite work out for him? Was it?
It's difficult to explain, because again, I had to try to put always the best players, and his attitude was good, but I didn't think that I don't want to say, but it's difficult, because to speak in English I don't want to make a mistake, but again, it's decisions, and I didn't feel that he was ready. But again, I hope that he scores again another in this period 10 or 12 or 15 goals, and next season we'll see him in Premier League, and to play against him, because again, the main thing for me is that the image that he left here as a person, as a professional.
And just finally from me, on Tottenham, they were pretty poor in midweek. You would expect them to be a lot better than they were at Sunderland.
I don't know why, but everybody is really good against us, because I was watching the game against Hull Manchester, and against us they looked like they were flying, and yesterday they were walking on the pitch, or it was my impression. So no, I'm confident with our players, with our performances, and just thinking about us, because it's the only way.
Thank you.
Thank you.